So it's about 3 o'clock. I was up at 2, meaning I only got about 4 hours worth of sleep. Um, this happens, I said I was going to sleep for a long time. Um, Either that happens or you get the split shift thing, meaning you sleep for a couple hours, then you're only awake for 4 or 5, and then you sleep for another, 5 or 6. Um, I guess, your body kind of reacts to it just by kind of shutting down a little bit. I'm not badly hungover, and I'm going to explain why I'm not badly hungover, even though I should be. Um, maybe there's some advice in there. So the first thing is make sure that you don't fall asleep while you're still drunk. Um, and the best way to do that, it's all about managing your liquids. So the first thing is to make sure that you get a lot of coffee. Sober up before you fall asleep. That's the biggest thing, and it's all about the coffee. Okay. Then when you wake up, you want to make sure that you get a lot of water, not juice. It's got to be water. That will allow you to rehydrate. Really, that's the key. Um, I don't want to sound like a hippie and talk about flushing toxins out, but certainly the rehydration will allow you to eliminate things that you don't want in your system anymore. But it's mostly about hydrating. It's just you're going to be dehydrated. Make sure you get lots of water. And the last point is Mountain Dew specifically. That's the secret weapon. What is Mountain Dew, anyways? It's basically ginger ale and caffeine. There's some lime flavoring in there as well, but it means that you get the nice settling effects of ginger ale, along with a shot of awakeness. That'll keep you up for a bit. But you probably want to drink it for however long you're awake and for the next day kind of thing until it's gone. Until the Mountain Dew is gone. Just like drink it until it's gone. However long it takes. That will, like I say, it has that sort of ginger ale settling, but it will also wake you up. So that's your three pronged strategy for avoiding the worst of a hangover. I actually feel I'm more just tired, but I'm not sleepy. You know that you're tired but not sleepy. I will be sleepy fairly shortly, and then I will sleep. But for right now, it's just kind of. I'm not. I don't feel like I don't have a headache or anything like that, and it was because I did the things. The other thing is, you probably want to get something to eat before you go to sleep as well. So those are the keys. And of course, the other thing is don't drink too much too fast. That's the other way to avoid a hangover. I had a fair amount to drink last night, but I didn't. I drank it slowly, so it didn't. It's not. I didn't get overwhelmed by it. Because today is going to be a short day and I have some filing to do. That's what I'm going to be doing. I have the vlog still to upload from the show. I have some show reviews to write. I also have some cleanup on some pages to do. To put some some notes aside. Those kinds of things. So today's not. There's nothing happening today. I have an appointment tomorrow. And I will do laundry probably when I come back. So there's that, and then I'll be back to work on Wednesday. I'm not out of money, but I'm getting a little bit low on it. I knew that was going to happen this month. So there's not really anything else I was really excited about for the rest of the month. There's a couple of shows I was thinking about maybe hitting out to, but I did spend a little bit more yesterday and the day before, on the absinthe and stuff. So I spent a little bit more money over this weekend than I intended to, which means that any of those kinds of shows I was kind of haphazardly thinking about are off. So the rest of the month is going to be really focused on getting back into the mixing, finishing what I was doing, and moving on to the next set of projects, which I may, if I'm lucky, get to by the beginning of December. So I've got, I guess, 2 more days of stuff, and then I'm back to work. So it is midnight, and to my surprise, I am actually both still awake and still alert. No nap required. I suppose that means I'll probably sleep well tonight, anyways. But I mean, normally, after a long day like that, drinking a lot, 4 hours worth of sleep, I would split it, but I guess not. Um, I spent the day doing filing, as I suspected I would. Actually went through and I downloaded all of the videos of shows that other people had uploaded. I'm not gonna upload those anywhere. I mean, they're available at those places. But if they ever come down, I have a backup for those shows, and at that point I will upload them. Some of them have been up for years, so I mean, there's any reason why they come down. But if they ever do, then I can re-upload them. I do know that there have been a few shows that have disappeared over the years, so that's useful to have as a backup. The other thing is, I got a response on my copyright infringement claim from the vlog on Saturday night. There was a point where I'm walking through Detroit, and a bar that I happen to be walking by is playing a Michael Jackson song. It's Beat It. Beat It. So I picked it up as I was walking through. I mean, it's audible, but it's like in the background. It's incidental. It's not intentional. But I got a response on that, and Sony has claimed that they will take full control over that video, put whatever ads they want on it, and then get full revenue from it, which upsets me. From a legal standpoint, I don't think that's correct. I think that's fair use. If you even want to call it use, it's unintentional. I had no, like, it's not being used. It wasn't being used. It was just there. It would fall under the category of a frivolous claim, and if I wanted to fight it, I would win. I don't have the time or effort required to fight Sony for a 40-second clip of a song that everybody's heard 100,000 times that I didn't intend to pick up. So I've just deleted it. I re-uploaded it, but the edit was corrupt, so I've got to do that again. As I've stated before, I don't have any intention of making any profit from these vlogs. I mean, if I do, I'll take it, but it's not my intent. My intent is to document myself, and provide a portal to my music archive. If you want to support me, you're not going to support me with ad revenue. You can go buy my music. That will support me. If you buy a lot of it, buy it several times, or tell your friends at least, if you like it. So I mean that's the intent, right? But the idea that Sony, giant corporation, could parasitically attach itself to it, and that I would be generating whatever it ends up being, $1 after a year or something, even something that small, it enrages me. So I have to remove it. Not because I want the ad revenue on it, for however small it might end up being, but because it just bothers me on principle. And like I said, this is a frivolous suit. There's no legal basis for this at all, and if I fought it, I would win. I think I'm more interested in looking at the process. The way this process works is that YouTube provides control over this to third parties, meaning I can file a dispute, but it's a kangaroo court. It's the kinds of things that, I mean, they've become normal since since NAFTA or whatever. It's like an investor state dispute mechanism, except I would it's a corporation individual dispute mechanism that gives them complete discretion over what it is that they claim. And in a situation like this where it is a frivolous claim, there's no independent body that can review that. Unless I want to go through the legal process, and I don't. So, what YouTube should be doing here is not giving claimants complete control over what they claim. There should be a transparent process with a neutral third party to rule disputes. That's really the only thing that's going to stop this kind of nonsense. And it is nonsense. Absolutely, totally frivolous. One of the biggest corporations in the world going after someone that lives on disability for a quarter. And the principle should make you mad. And it should make you unhappy about the way that YouTube is doing this, and you should put pressure on them to install a neutral third-party adjudicant. Is that the right word? A third-party judge to rule on disputes, and it should be set up in that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a term for our justice system that's about having someone put a claim with a cross-reference, but it should be in that process where somebody has to put a claim through. The individual is innocent until proven guilty, and they would need to make their case. There would be a judge to determine it and rule on it. That would be fair process, but the way the world works nowadays, and has since the beginning of the free trade regime, if you want to call the New World Order anything, this is the New World Order. The idea of corporations having total discretion over what they do. They're not existing any sort of legal intermediate in between, and it's not. It's not a transparent process of justice. There has to be that independent, neutral body to come to evidence-based fact decisions and rule on them. And without that, they will continue to file frivolous suits and parasitically attach themselves to videos such as mine, even if it is only for a quarter. It's the principle. So I'm in the process of fixing that. This vlog will come up as well because that's it for me today. I still have some more filing to do. I'll have something to eat, but I have an appointment in the early afternoon, so I can't be up too late. I'll need to be up in the morning to prepare myself for that. So I'm out for the night.